Is New York City too far gone?
The worst sell-off on Wall Street since the financial crisis in 2008.
The stock market has plunged and skyrocketed, all in a matter of months. Apartment vacancies are at an all-time high.
And more than double last year's total.
Restaurants are struggling. So many businesses have gone bankrupt in a matter of months. So why should you even come here? What's up, guys? My name is Avgi. I'm in real estate. I'm a real estate developer, real estate broker. I've been doing real estate in New York for the past 12 years, and I've been dabbling in businesses for the past 7 years now. And New York City is one of the most incredible, magical cities you'll ever come to. It's a city that never sleeps. It is the most magnificent place to live, and I feel like the easiest place to actually take your businesses and grow. But over the past couple of months, New York hasn't been the same. People have been fleeing New York City. New York City rents are astronomically high, and all the amenities are closed. Restaurants are closed, the nightlife scene is done, and there's really no point to pay that extra value to live in a place where you're not getting any of that value. Now, think about it like this. You guys might be from all around the world. New York City, there's huge skyscrapers. Each skyscraper can house 500 to 1,000 people. Some of them only have 3 or 4 elevators inside of them, which means there's a lot of sharing. Also, a lot of these apartments are small square footages, which means a lot of people are living close and crammed together. And now with all these job losses and also these high rents, what ends up happening is jobs are taking a change. Offices are closing down and a lot of people are also working from home. So now people started questioning, why am I paying $4, $5, $10, $15, $20,000 a month for an apartment where I can live in a beautiful big house with a backyard and a pool for much less? At the same time, there's a lot of opportunities that's starting to come. With all these vacant apartments, what ends up happening, it means there's less demand in the market. Typically, less demand means lower rents. Now, lower rents might mean to new companies and companies that are just starting to grow, easier opportunities to actually expand into New York. So getting an office space or a retail space or any of that costs so much less today than it did yesterday. On top of that, vaccinations have been rolling out, which means people are starting to get a lot healthier and the scare is starting to fade away. And once New York City opens up, it's going to start skyrocketing from there. There's a lot of opportunities happening right now, and if you haven't lived in New York City before, this might be just a perfect time to find an amazing apartment for an amazing deal and come try living in the city. So I brought in the notorious Cody Buffington, notorious vlogger, incredible Instagram model, and he's going to talk a little bit about why he saw an opportunity to get into the city when everyone else was fleeing the city.
Yeah, so thank you, Ben. So I actually came into New York City probably mid-pandemic, like mid-2020. I moved here. I've been traveling around the world full time for the last 5 years. And like a lot of people, like you, I'm sure, you know, your job was probably, there was something happening with your job, whether you're moving from, to home or you had to get a whole new job where you're laid off. Pretty much I was laid off from my job, which was traveling the world full time. So last year I was figuring out what I wanted to do, and that opportunity was coming to New York to get into marketing and real estate and doing something different. And having lived in Connecticut, the state over, all of my life, I always wanted to live in New York City, but it cost too much money, right? Like it was really expensive to like live in a nice place. And I didn't have that many people that I knew who I could just go become roommates with right away. So it was like, I was like looking at some kind of like studios, but studios always go for a little bit more. But I found this opportunity to come to New York City to start doing work.
It's a nice place.
And so 6 months ago, I subletted it from a guy who moved out, so I got it cheaper. And then 6 months later, which is a couple months ago, I moved into another new place because there's still amazing deals going on now that it's winter. And you know, these buildings are giving away like 2, 3, 4 months for free on your lease.
Insane.
So you're able to get a good deal if it's something that makes sense for you coming to New York. And for me, it did. Like, I don't mind that the bars and the clubs and all that isn't open, because honestly, I don't really go to them that often anyway. I just work all the time. And so for me, it's like, as long as I'm able to continue working and coming to New York to do that work, it made sense for me. Like back in 2008, like during that recession, like the people that come out of it are the ones who like work really hard during the entire time and like try something new, you know, try and continue to grow instead of just like, you know, sitting back, taking it as like a mini vacation, patting yourself on the back for just like getting up and doing like the bare minimum. But like actually going above and beyond to try and build something during this. The people that come out of these recessions are like, you know, the millionaires and the billionaires.
Rise from the ashes, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I think sometimes the best opportunity and the best moments is moments where you find yourself free, where you lose a job or you get fired or you quit, because it gives you time and opportunity to actually start something new and actually see what opportunities align for you out there in the world. And in Cody's case, he literally went from, okay, I'm an amazing vlogger. I travel the world.
Yeah.
You do such incredible things, and you're incredible when it comes to social media. And you said, hey, I'm gonna take this opportunity to add a lot more things to my arsenal. I'm gonna get into real estate, into stocks, into crypto, on top of social media, and I'm gonna see how I can utilize everything together to grow myself even more. And that was his opportunity in seeing how New York is the place to be for him.
Yeah, and it was taking the skills I had and adding on to them, becoming more valuable in a time like this, because you know, you're gonna have to become more valuable to set yourself apart when everyone's looking for a new job, right? Like
100%.
Everyone's trying to get a new job now, everyone's trying to find new work, so you have to kind of take the time to set yourself apart and grow those new skill sets. So.
Completely agree. On the plus side, for end users, the real estate market right now is struggling a lot, which means there's a lot of inventory and lower prices. The cool part is that the Federal Reserve actually approved such a low interest rate that it's pretty much free to borrow money and buy real estate. On top of that, apartments are now super cheap, so you guys can go snatch yourself an apartment for pennies on the dollar compared to before. Cody came to New York because he saw potential into getting real estate. You might come into New York because the low rents. I'm staying in New York because I see the potential in constantly growing. Now, New York will always come out on top. From what I've seen from living here for the past couple of years, is that New York, no matter through what struggles it went through, even in the '08 crisis, it always bounced back, but it came back with a vengeance. So after all this information, what's your thoughts on New York? Comment down below, let me know. Would you move to New York? And what's your thoughts on New York? Thank you, Closer Gang. I love you guys. I'll be producing so much more. Leave some love. I'll see you guys on the next one. Wait. Don't forget, guys, use the links below. There's Robinhood, Coinbase, and Webull. Go collect your free stocks and start saving today. Start investing your money into creating passive income. I'll see you guys. Go ahead, click it. I'm waiting. Have you clicked it?